Hey there, Blockheads. Taylor Martin from Pewaukee Lake Sailing School. We're here at the bow of this 420 talking about how we repair a loose bow bumper. Now this is a bow bumper that isn't held on with any fasteners. Some of the older style bow bumpers are held on with fasteners. But for this one, it's just held on with marine adhesive sealant. And it's not actually all the way off. And because this adhesive is pretty durable, we're not going to remove this all the way. But what we've got to do is we've got to prep this surface on the inside first. So we have to remove this old stuff, and then what we'll do is we'll kind of clean off some of the older sealant on the inside, and we'll add new stuff and then clamp it back on in place with some tape. So our first step is we've got to get this old sealant off of the edges here so that we can put new stuff in its place. And we can do this. There are some specialty products that you can use that dissolve this specific type of adhesive, but because we're going to add more right over the top of it, what we'll do is we'll just kind of cut away the majority of this stuff from each side. And so we'll trim it from this side and then trim it from the other side as well, and make sure that we have enough contact with our fiberglass in here that we can add new adhesive and not just layer adhesive on top of adhesive. And then once that's cleaned up, what we've got to do is we've got to add new stuff on top. And you always want to make sure when you're using anything that is adhesive or sealant, you have the right type of personal protective equipment. Because we're working with a couple of different chemicals, we're going to wear our gloves, and we're also going to put on a respirator. Then we're going to use this solvent here to clean up a little bit of the stuff that's on there. And also so we have some on hand to clean up any excess that may come out when we're gluing up. And we're going to take our marine adhesive, and with this stuff, you want to make sure, because it's very difficult to clean up, that you're not using too much. And then we will put some in. And with a repair like this, where I'm not pulling the bow bumper all the way off, I want to make sure that where this crack is down here, I want to make sure I get enough in there that I don't have a little bubble where there's no sealant. And we'll add enough on the inside that it glues on, and enough on the edges so that water doesn't get between the glass and the bow bumper, the boat and the bow bumper. One of the reasons these guys can rip off is that the very end here doesn't have enough sealant. Make sure there's enough there. Beautiful. Now that's all ready to glue up. And so what we'll do is we'll push it in place by hand so we can get some of this squeeze out of the way. And then the clamping we'll do with tape. This type of adhesive takes about a day to dry fully, depending on the temperature where you're doing it. And so after this is taped in place, we want to make sure that we leave this for long enough that this glue, this adhesive, has a chance to fully dry. And that's it for now.